really the community makes a significant difference because I have a budget of about 1.3 million. This is statewide. I can only do, I can't feed kids with that money. I can't, child can't go home. I can't do things with that. So one of the projects we've been talking with Junior League about preliminarily was what could Junior League do, and there are just so many different things you could do. One of the things that just happened recently is art in the center. The art in the center was the original art we had from 20 years ago, probably from when you guys redid and created that center. And I went to a center in Washington, D.C., because there's about 700 of us children's advocacy centers across the nation. And I saw beautiful children's art, and I said, wouldn't that be great if we had new art in the center so children who come in could see this art? And so I couldn't afford to buy the art. Sorry. And then, so what I did is I found children, parents with kids, and I said, do you want to do an art day? So last year we did an art day with probably a bunch of wonderful families. We had 40 kids with children, I think from 5 on up. We did art, we had 40 children artists, we had the media come, and then we hung all the art throughout the center. And what that did was amazing, because as soon as we hung the art, and it was funny because we hung the art too high, because we're adult in short. We hung it up high, and the first child came in was going like this, and I said, uh-oh, lower the art for the kids. But the first 5-year-old came in to our front door with art hanging, and the mom came, and I didn't realize what the foster mother said. Where did this art come from? And I said, we just had an art day. I said, do you like it? You know, not going to come solicit, really good feedback. And I said, do you like it? And she said, this is a foster child with her. She said, he was so taken by the art that another 6-year-old had done that he wanted to try to copy it. And I thought, what a gift that I, as an adult, can't draw that art, but we could have children who are from ages 5 to 17 come in. I forgot all of my brochures, sorry, but I did bring one of the art cards. This is one of my favorite art pieces that hangs in our preschool room. We have 3 rooms. We can interview children who are preschool. We probably see a third of our cases who are children, as I said, 18 months. Very unusual for us to interview 18-month-old. It's normally 2 or 3 years old. And then we have a school-age children's room, and then we have a teen room. So we can do 3 cases simultaneously, and we often will do that, 3 cases running at the same time. This is the art. I don't know if you can see it. It was done. I can pass this around. It's hanging in the preschool room. It's my favorite because it's a cross between a giraffe and a seahorse. But a little, I think 6-year-old did that, and it hangs there, and kids just love the art because it's so meaning for them in terms of feeling. And when they say to us who did it, we say people who really care about kids like you, and we're really sorry you can't go home, but at least you can do this. The other huge project we're embarking on that I hope that Junior League will consider is we're going to build a new center in our community. We have been in our same center for 24 years. Our lease is up. It's a beautiful location. We don't want to move, but the time has come for us to build a bigger center. We would like to put law enforcement in it, child welfare, medical, mental health. If you come from another state or you look across the state, many of the centers across the nation no longer have the cute old retirement house. They really have everything a child needs under one roof. So when that child comes in our front door, he can get his interview, or he can get his medical exam, he can get a volunteer to help him choose clothes from the clothes closet. So it's comprehensive. Right now what happens is kids come to us, they're with us for many hours. If they're not going home, they go up to Kapilani Hospital generally, another so many hours in the emergency room. Then they go to placement, if placement is available. Halakipa, right? So Halakipa is another partner in terms of where some of our teams go. So it's just, kind of a daunting project because I just went to a site. We have a tentative site that we're looking at, and the asking price is $9 million. And I've taken different people to look at it. Yesterday was architects and engineers, and somebody said to me, how much is it? I said $9 million. They said, what do you have? I said, we got our first donation of $1,000. And people were like, what? I said, I know, I kind of wish it had another zero, or a few more zeros. But it was a center, a sister center from Omaha, Nebraska, that is helping us do this. And they said, we believe in you, Hawaii, you can do it. You need a center so that children in your community aren't going all over the place, that they get services in one location. And one of the things I want to just leave you, because it's kind of important to me, is I have 2 children going to college. My last one is, I have one in grad school now. I have one that's going on Sunday. It's going to be a freshman. She's going to be a freshman. And one of the things as I help her pack, My oldest one took her blanket, her not ready, her pillow. How many of you have children in college? Maybe not a few of you? Okay, so maybe in terms of understanding, or if you have younger children, what's their comfort item? Whether it's their blanket, their pacifier. When my older one went to college, I helped her pack, and she just graduated from college. I helped her pack, and there was this pillow that had been, Grandma made it when she was 3. It was, I couldn't even recognize it. You know, Grandma had sewn it, re-sewn it, patched it, and to the point I said, why don't we have another comfort item? This is my comfort. Granny made it for me. This is my item. She went to college. It was packed in her bag. When I got unpacked her in college, I said, why are you taking this, Mari? It's like done. And she said, no. She said, I love this. This is going to be my comfort item. And she was on the East Coast. So now as my second one gets ready to go, she's got her little comfort item. But anyways, just this thing about what we need for comfort is so important. And so, our goal is to minimize trauma to children. And so our goal is to try to do small projects. But the bigger project is we really want to have a new facility in our community. And our goal is to try to do that with community support, with Junior League, with other organizations. So thank you for inviting me, and I hope you will consider partnering with us in some way. Thank you. Oh, did I take her? Sorry. Hi guys.
Okay, so we're My Story, and we were supposed to have 20 minutes, so we're not going to do the activity, so I'm just going to push to do it next time.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's okay. I just don't want to shaft anybody else after us. So, I'm Adrienne. I'm Adrienne, this is Marcy. Hi. That's Marcy. Okay. So we just want to take a second as we gear up, because we're going to get started with My Story on October 9th. At Jarrett Middle School on Tuesdays, and this year we're doing it from 4 to 5:30. So it's 9 consecutive Tuesdays except for Election Day, because the schools are closed and everybody should be voting anyway, including the children. Just kidding, not really. Okay, so I just wanted to say real quick, welcome to all the new My Story girls who have joined our committee this year. We're very excited to have you on board. We're very excited to be working back at Jarrett Middle School again. This is Maria, by the way. She's after school, so we'll let her talk in a second. But I just wanted to say, we all have our stories as to why we joined the league. And my story as to why I joined the league is really because of My Story. Well, and Jennifer pushing too much.
I got my 100 points.
Yeah, she was really gunning to not have to do any other Ways and Means that year. No, but she really, I said, okay, fine. You've been talking about this league thing for like a year and a half at this point. What's your signature project? And she was like, oh yeah, you want to see what my signature project is? Come on Saturday. I'm like, okay. So he showed up here at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, which I don't do very often. And I learned about My Story, and they were revamping the program, and they're like, so do you wanna do this? And I was like, yeah, I kind of like teenage girls. Like I feel like I am one most of the time. And I think what I get out of it personally is that I can really easily put myself in that place when I'm doing the activities with the girls. And I think if only I had done this when I was this age, I might know more, or I might know less than what I know now. It doesn't make a difference, but it's still fun to learn stuff about yourself even when you're not a teenager anymore. So, and this is Marcy. She's going to tell you something different.
Hey, I'm Marcy Lopes, and in my everyday real life, I am a program director for a domestic violence shelter and domestic violence programs. So we work with survivors and children. And for me, my experience with My Story is a little different. I see it as prevention. So 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence in their lives. And this is an opportunity for us to empower these girls, and we're teaching them skills and giving them information. And for me, it's prevention, and I hope to never have to see them in a shelter one day. So that's my experience from My Story. We actually have Maria here. She's from After School All Stars, and she is a teacher there, and she's sat in my, well, this was, I'm still consider myself a new member. This is my first year in the league. And she is a teacher for After School All-Stars, and she wants to share her experience with my story. And this is the first time she really experienced it. And she shared it with us, and it was pretty moving for us, and we wanted to give her the opportunity to speak with you.
So they told me it was an Olympic theme, and so I really love all the really random Olympic sports, like rhythmic gymnastics, the biathlon where you cross country ski and then shoot stuff. And so this is my little tribute to y'all. So I do want to tell you about After School All-Stars. These might also kill me if I don't plug them a little bit. So we serve 8 schools on Oahu and 3 schools on Hilo. We're an after-school program specifically for middle schools. And so middle school is really a place where students kind of don't have a lot of opportunities and things that they get to do. When you're in elementary, you have A+, you have all these cool YMCA programs. When you're in high school, you can join clubs, sports, you have lots of extracurriculars. In middle school, there's very few things you can do after school. And so that's kind of our target, which is perfect how it worked out with my story. And so we serve a lot of Title I schools, so that's the low-income schools, and that's kind of our focus. And so again, with my story coming in, it was perfect for us because, as you know, being a nonprofit, we have limited funds. And so it was definitely an opportunity for us to offer something completely different and new to these girls that are in our program. And so it was definitely an added value. So I came up with 4 F words. None of them inappropriate, I know. But I promise you, nothing's dirty. Or else I'll never be invited again. Okay, so the first is food. So one of the cool things that they got to do, and it's kind of on the, it's not like a big thing, but they brought food every day for the kids. And let me tell you, there's no better way to motivate our kids than to bring them food. And so these girls are like, are they coming today? Because we get sandwiches every time they come. And so they're really excited for that. But that just drew them in. There was definitely other things that kept them there. The second F that I have is friendship. So it's a chance for the girls from all different backgrounds to kind of realize that, hey, you know, maybe, I think the great thing about the program was it didn't just target just the really low-income students or just, you know, the really high-achieving ones. It was really a big combination of all of them. And one of the things that you don't really realize when you're that age is that, you know, you're going through pretty similar things. Like the issues that someone who grew up in a broken household, low income, and some of the issues that you deal with if you come from the complete opposite, you're going through the same things. Like, for example, you know, relationships, self-esteem issues, bullying, all that kind of stuff, everyone deals with. And I think it really provided them an opportunity to realize, hey, you know that girl that I never talked to? She's going through the same things as I did. And so that was really, I think, one of the really valuable things of the program. Third is fun, and I know it's kind of used all the time. But again, it was a way for them to kind of, it was a way for them to kind of talk about girl stuff without having to worry about boys listening in. And so that's really an opportunity that they don't necessarily get when you're in a classroom of 20 kids, you know. This is a chance for them to just be girls and be surrounded by amazing women who are so accomplished and have a lot to share with them. And that leads me to the final F, which I'm sure all will agree is the fabulous part. Really, my story really provided these girls with great role models and one-on-one interaction, which they don't get every day. In our program, sorry, I'm a little nervous. I used to be in PR, and so I like being the person behind the person talking. I don't like being the person talking. So the one-on-one interaction was probably the best thing. Our program, we run about 80 to 100 students, and so we can only provide one adult per 20 kids. My story provided more of a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 ratio for them, and honestly, for these kids, that probably was the most valuable. When else will they get an adult and, like, you know, amazing, established women talking to them, just to hang out with them? Like, it's kind of one of those things where you don't think about it, you're like, you know, when I was 11 years old, who was talking to me? Oh, the TV, my parents. That was pretty much it. But never once did you get that great role model coming to you. usually you had to seek it out. And so I think that's how I'll end it is I really hope if you haven't signed up for my story, I hope you sign up because I want you to come to my school. And I'm sure they would love to have you on their team, but I think my story, while it may seem that, oh, you know, you're only having 20 kids there, it's really the quality of the program that I think was really touching and very special for our students. So, that's it. Thank you. And if you're on my story, raise your hand or stand up. We have prizes.
Thank you. All right, so that brings us now to our last agenda item. Kids in the Kitchen has said that they would table until next month, so thank you, Kids in the Kitchen. We are just about ready to adjourn our GMM, and we wanted to please bring up Pat Fukumla. She has basically collected all the names of those of you who came in costume tonight, and to close our GMM today, we are going to draw a single winner from our beautiful Olympic glass bowl here. Pat, if you could stir that up a little bit, we are going to choose one winner, and that winner will win a $25 gift certificate to Chart House. Woohoo! In the meantime, I want you all to please give another big round of applause to Stacy from Halekipa. All the stuff that you donate tonight will be going to our friends at Halekipa, and they will be using that for their youth runaway program. So thank you again, all of you who have participated in that. So Pat, do you have a winner? Go ahead and choose. Oh, Stacy, could you please do us the honor of choosing the winner of the $25 gift certificate and our costume contest? Yes.
What are you classing in? Is it going to be next month too?
Oh yeah, oh,
It's me.
that's you're on your own.